Shalom, Kal Halal Yamla Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham, Rakahakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the bishops and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, the 144,000 men, the servants, the prophets of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh and to the rest of the elect, the one third, men, women, and children, sincere believers, to you I say Shalom. And I pray that this lesson is edifying to the elect. And as you can see here on screen, it says the Little Hat people are eating cleaner food than we do. And this is the secret behind it. Okay? And let me just run through these slides quickly. And we're going to dive right into the scriptures because brothers have been going into, similar topics. The Spirit has been on brothers heavily to go into not being so nonchalant about your diet, and also watching the drinking as well, because drinking has a lot to do with your health and your diet as well. Because drinking too much affects your body, and it's because the alcohol that we drink today has a lot of different additives in there and harmful ingredients. Okay, because look who's ruling. These are the guys that are ruling now. All right, but let's go into it. It says, as you can see here on the screen, this is a bunch of symbolic codes, symbolism codes, and it says if this post gets deleted, you'll know why. Walk into any Walmart or Kroger and you'll see a tiny K or U on some food packages. That's kosher. Most people ignore it, but Jewish families know the truth. Their food is cleaner than ours, much cleaner. Keep reading. This secret is bigger than you think. Okay, so this is not new information to brothers, but for the sakes of the elect, we bring out this type of information because not everybody may know. Okay, and it goes on to say the same store, the same shelf, two different rules. Regular Oreos use high fructose corn syrup and fake chemicals. Kosher Oreos use real sugar and far fewer adjectives. Why? Because kosher laws ban many ingredients the FDA allows in our food. In other words, these small hats rule the world like the Snowpiercer, okay? So while the elites, they enjoy, fresh food, 100% meat and fresh produce, everybody on the bottom gets the leftovers, man. And not even the leftovers. They get literal bugs, man. On the Snowpiercer, people were getting fed insects in blocks, in rubber blocks. They were eating leather. Okay? This is the same way the devils on the planet Earth today rule, man. Okay? They allow harmful ingredients to be cooked up and served to you heathen, man. To you Israelites, you true Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So let's read that again. It says, why? Because kosher laws ban many ingredients the FDA allows in our food. You got to remember, they're cosplaying as actual Israelites, right? What I mean by that, they're pretending to be us. So they go by some of our laws. So they eat healthy. They don't eat abominable food. They don't eat abominable ingredients. They don't do that. Okay? Because they understand that it will be harmful to their bodies. Okay? And their intent is to kill you slowly. All right? So that's why they allow, everybody else to be poisoned. Right? But they get all the good stuff. They got all the healthy stuff. And it says, you wish people get the better version and we get the cheap, dirty one, which is true. And let me just read this last slide here. It says, look at hot dogs. Normal ballpark or Oscar Mayer can contain mechanically separated chicken bone pieces and extra water. Hebrew National Kosher hot dogs must be 100% real beef muscle meat. No fillers, no trash, same aisle, but completely different quality. They know what they're eating, we don't. So you're going to have brothers that know one and two products that may actually be real meat. But the thing is, for our walk, okay, being under the rulership of this devil, we don't 100% know, especially when you're living in Babylon the Great, okay, and outskirts, Canada or yeah, pretty much. Because Mexico, they can get, clean food over there, right? The Americas, they can actually get clean meat because they produce it themselves. But anything that is imported or produced in America, it's defiled, or Canada, it's defiled meat. All right. But they get the clean meat. Again, it says they know what they're eating. We don't. So let me just get into the scriptures real quick, man, because they're running a real life Snowpiercer on earth. So this is Job 9:24, and this answers everything, right? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So who is the damn devil on the planet earth today? Okay? The scripture just says the earth is given into his hand. All right? So the ones that have the clean food, have the luxury of everything, right? They enjoy the wealth of life. They have a variety on their menu, all of these different options. It's the so-called white race, man. They are the ones that are ruling, and they are the small hats, okay? The ones that wish they were actually Israelites. All right? But the scriptures also go further. Let me get let's get Psalm 73. It's always good to read Job 9 and 24, man, because that's why the earth is in that condition, man. That's why they're able to feed you filth, poison your water. You have Bill Gates owning majority of the water in America. You had Kyrie Irving saying, I still don't understand. I still don't understand why Bill Gates owns half the water. Because the earth is given into the devil's hand, man. That's why. If you believed in the Bible, you would understand and you would be able to see it. Because it is written. The Bible literally tells you why certain things are happening right now. So this is Psalm 73, verse 3, and it says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, because they prosper in everything, man, but it's just for a short time. And it says, for they are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm, right? They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Yeah, they don't get sick like other people, man. Okay? They're not under the curses like the true Israelites. They're in heaven. And it says, verse 6, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. So they have everything in abundance. They have all of the clean foods and the clean women. And what I mean by clean women, untouched virgins. They have the luxuries of life because the earth is given into their hands. They're currently in rulership. This is their kingdom. This is their heaven. All right. But we know that their end is our beginning, and their end is fastly approaching. All right. So again, it says their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than heart could wish. Let's read it in the NLT. It says, these fat cats, all right, have everything their hearts could ever wish for. Exactly. And that's because of prophecy. All right. There's nothing special about these devils. The Lord just uses it's a movie, right? You have a villain and you have the hero. Okay? And the hero always wins. And fuck Esau's movies, but in Yahweh Shemel Shai movie, this life that we're living, this walk that we're walking in right now, the Israelites are going to win. First and foremost, the elect, the remnant that's going to be saved. All right. Starting with the 144,000 men, the servants of prophets, and then the rest of the elect, the 1/3 men, women, and children, the sincere believers, the helps, so on and so forth. All right. We know that we're going to win. We know that This devil that has exceeded. Let me get that real quick in Second Ezra's, because this devil has polluted the damn earth, man. He defiled the food, the water. Every damn thing has been defiled. You can't even drink. You can't even drink your pipe water because you know that it's filthy. You got to go to the store and buy water. We actually live in a world where water is something that should be free, but here it is that we have to pay for it because of our rulers. Because our rulers are poisoning our water, we have to buy it. We have to buy the water that we drink. And the same water that we don't want to drink from the pipe, we use that water to shower. And it's fucking up our skins as well. It's just the mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai why we're still here. Okay? Scriptures talk about Yahweh Hashem Yahushai shortening the days, man. Yahweh shortening the time. Because if he didn't shorten the time, we'll be fucking done. Because this devil he has polluted the earth successfully. And that's thus saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The Lord tells us that in the scriptures. So this is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So they have successfully poisoned us. All right? We have been eating the foul foods from the day we were born. Okay? So let me just get this in Ezekiel. So that's why this devil is going to pay. That's why he's going to perish like his own dung. He's just going to be like a dream, like just pass it away. You know when you have a dream and you just can't remember? Esau is going to be a long forgotten memory after he serves his 1,000 years in slavery. All right? And then he's going to come back as another nation. The Lord is going to do what the Lord does. Those things are the issues of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. But to hell with them, man. All right, so this is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. Okay, and it reads, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. And the Gentiles in this chapter is actually talking about actual heathen, okay, because we were scattered amongst the heathen. The Israelites, the chosen people of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Israelites that look like the heathen, that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, we are amongst the Gentiles, and we currently are still eating our food defiled amongst them. Okay, we have to pray over everything we eat. All right, we're going to always give praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and ask him to bless our food or just give thanks for the food. But we have to do so more now because we can't trust anything that the devil gives us, man. Like, yeah, we can prepare our own food and cook it, but we still buy what they produce. Okay, if you have the luxury to live in the Caribbean, or in the other countries in the Americas, Brazil, Honduras, Venezuela, so on and so forth, Mexico, you're better off because you can actually have some confidence to know that your food is not defiled. It's still defiled, but it's not as defiled as Babylon the Great. All right, because you just gotta hope and pray, man. Like, you just gotta do the best that you can when you're in Babylon the Great, which is America today. All right, again, it says, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. All right, so let's go into that word defiled. Because even though the alcohol that we drink is defiled, man. Okay, whether it be whiskey, whether it be wine, there's a lot of harmful ingredients that the FDA allows. Okay, but when it comes to these devils, their alcohol, their wine is easy on the stomach. Okay, it's easy on the body. And I'm not talking about the stuff that's just common in the stores. I know for a fact they got specific, you wish stores that only, you wishers can enter. Okay. Or certain code words they may use to get certain products. This is not something that everybody can get. Yes, there's certain kosher wine that you can buy. Cool. But there's levels to cleanliness. There's levels to purity of food and wine and water. Even the waters that we drink, it's not on the level of the water that's going to be in the kingdom or the ancient days, man. Our water is heavy. It's not as light as it should be. Okay? Likewise, the food, the water, the everything that we consume is just fucking defiled. Thus saith Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, so the world defiled here, it says unclean, impure, ethically and religiously, so unlawful as well, because they put a lot of unlawful ingredients in our food to purposefully make us go off, because they're also spiritual on the left-hand side. So they purposefully put unlawful food in our, Salakia, unlawful ingredients in our food so that we can go off. Okay? And it says off places, so defiled in every area, man. Let me see what the entry here says. Polluted. Okay, that pretty much sums it up. Let me see if there's anything here in the root word. Okay, right. This is interesting. Idolatry, because Esau also puts witchcraft on his food as well. So the food itself becomes becomes an idol as well. So the Burger Kings, the McDonald's, the Popeyes, Jake worships these type of food, so-called foods, which is poison, man. It's not actual food. It's not 100% food. Okay, so that's gone. So that was pretty much the point, man. But no need to worry, as it's written in 2 Peter chapter 3. Okay? As I mentioned, we've been going over the same precepts over and over again. I believe it's 2 Peter chapter 3. Okay. Yep, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 13. It says, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So we look for a new world where there's no defiled food. There's no unlawful food. There's no food that's harmful to the body. Okay? Not even harmful to the heathen. Because they won't be able to eat these unclean foods. They won't be able to eat fucking pork, fucking lobster, crab, and so on and so forth. All of these abominable foods, man. There will only be clean meat, clean water, real fruits, no GMOs. Okay, that's what it means by new heaven, new earth, where dwelleth righteousness. Righteousness will get rid of all of the pollution that this devil has committed, man. Everything that he did here will be undone. The exceedingly polluted earth that we live in, it will be undone. It will be refreshed. Okay, and these devils are going to be, they are already, the small hats, they're not going to get unlawful food, but they're going to get the shit beat out of them, man. Every second, every day, and our days in the kingdom are going to be long, man. One day in the kingdom is going to be like all of Esau's rulerships in one, man. One freaking day. Man, I'm not a fucking Edomite, man. Because what's coming to them is terrible, man. Terrible cannot even describe what they're going to go through. There's going to be a new word in the kingdom that describes what they're going to go through. The hell that they're going to go through. The slavery that they're going to go through for everything that they have done. Okay? Feeding the children of Israel scraps. Okay? And the Lord set him up to do this, right? But the Lord also set him up to be punished, because someone has to be punished, man. He was created to be the wicked. Okay? And now is not the time, and it will never be a time where Esau is going to be shown any type of mercy until the 1,000 years is fulfilled and they come back as a different nation, because the Lord is not going to destroy his spirit. All spirits belong to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Okay, so that's the nicest thing I can say for Edomites. After their 1,000 years, their nation is going to be extinct, but their spirit is going to come back most likely as a different nation. All right. But we look forward to these things, man. We look forward to new heavens where the food, we actually can experience real food, real water, real atmosphere. Okay. We can breathe in the air and actually feel the cleanness in the atmosphere, man. No pollution, no factory smoke, and all of this bullshit, man. Bro, the world that we live in today is hell. We are in fucking hell, man. And all of us are going through shit, man, especially if you're an Israelite. All right? So, with that, I'm going to just leave it there. And as always, all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakahak Wadash, Abad Babal, and Shalom to the elect.